Once again, my friends, Football Manager doing Football Manager things. It knows I have very little depth at left back, so naturally, a torn lateral meniscus after the first match. Gabriel Abdias is going to miss the next 5 to 6 months. And even though we theoretically have 8 guys who could play the position, we are desperately thin at left back. Do we move Canella over? Do we go with the plan that we talked about a couple of episodes ago and promote Vinicius Jr. or maybe Kleber Nascimento? Is Leo Isidoro ready for the starting job, even though he is not even remotely match fit? The one thing I can tell you is it's not going to be Leo Isidoro, at least in the short term. A sprained foot in training is going to have him out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. We do have some success against the América de Natal. In the 6 matches we played, we have only allowed more than 1 goal. Just twice. The board and supporters think it's going to be a draw, although they are hopeful we might be able to eke out a win. And by virtue of goal difference, we sit ahead of them on the table. So with an injury to the top 2 guys on our left back depth chart, it is Vinicius Jr. who is going to get the start today. Andre, of course, is going to be in goal. The back 4 will be comprised as well of Canella, Carlau, and JP. Igor, Vitória, and Edson Jose will make up the midfield. Vitória back in the lineup. He did pick up a slight knock in training during the week. Now, we do have to rotate things a little bit. So Jose Carlos is going to drop down to the bench. We are giving Manuel Rodriguez, who is showing a ton of effort and hustle in training. Hopefully it'll pay off. He's going to start as our left wing. Caio Henrique is going to be on the right-hand side. Gabriel Rosera up front, wearing the captain's armband. And a massive, massive shout out to Colby, who came in on stream on Christmas Eve and recommended FM Kit Creator, which we have used. We have our brand new kits on display, and they are not making us play any better because for some reason, Gabriel Rosera is just like, here, away bench, have this. And the first highlight of the match, just 2 minutes in, is a corner kick. Gabriel Rosera can't clear it. It's played out. Cletan Pego. That goes over the bar, and hopefully we are not going to be suffering too much from set pieces today. Let's see if we can take advantage of our own. Caio Henrique, Carlau can't get his head on it. Igor, those kits look gorgeous in match. Igor back for Caio Henrique. Was he onside? Yes. Play will continue. Caio Henrique drops it. Edson Jose in the box, has his back to the goal. Around the edge, Carlau in. Caio Henrique, back heel pass to Edson Jose. Ituano 1, América de Natal 0. VAR did check the goal and they said it was a good one. Oh, they drew the lines. I've never seen the lines before. Edson Jose putting it home, picking up the goal, and giving us a much-needed lead. Let's see if we can capitalize just a couple of minutes later. JP on the corner, looking back post for Canella. It's headed away by Almel. Caio Henrique, Edson Jose back out for Rodriguez, who clips the crossbar. What an effort. 25 minutes in, and while América de Natal is enjoying the majority of the possession, all of the offensive effort has been off of the foot of an Ituano player. I did make some minor tweaks tactically to how we are pressing. I did drop our line of engagement back a little bit. We're now in the mid-block, but players individually are doing a bit more, especially our fullbacks, both on the left and right side, where I have them pressing more, tackling harder to see if maybe we can win the ball back just a couple more times in a match. And once again, we are in control. Just 5 minutes to go in the first half. Edson Jose, we're banding it around. They've got a bit of a high back line that they're working here, but JP cuts it deep into the box. Edson Jose squares it. Manuel Rodriguez once again. Mr. Cellophane looks like a tactical genius. The changes that I have made, not just to the tactics, but to the starting lineup for this match, bringing in Manuel Rodriguez. Our staff rates him as a good Serie B player, so we decided he needed to get some playing time, and he pays us back in spades with his, I believe, first goal of the season. Edson Jose has goal contributions on both of our efforts, and the 2-0 lead at the half is absolutely brilliant, and I hope it continues. I chalk it all up to the brand new kits. Now, the only issue is they do not show up when you look at the locker room and they're hanging up. The red is very orange, but in the match, they look absolutely spectacular. América de Natal sending it forward. Canella plays it up for Vitória. Gabriel Rosera, look at those guys bombing forward. Rodriguez around the side. Vitória, he's got some options in the middle as he takes it to the byline, cuts it back into the middle, finds Gabriel Rosera off of the side of the foot. It's raised to Rosera, and it's 3-0. I mean, come on, just look at this cheeky finish. Off of the side of the foot. It doesn't get any better than that. The good thing about this is it does give us some flexibility to be able to make some changes without feeling like we're ruining anything. So Marcos Antonio is going to come in at striker. Rodriguez has been playing incredibly well, but I want to get some minutes into the legs of Mr. Guzman here. Bolivar Guzman, who is coming up. He's enjoyed a couple of loan spells over the last couple of years, and I believe he has done an excellent job. Meanwhile, Vitória is going to come out, and we're going to bring in Paulo Alexandre. So 3 changes with half an hour to go. Hopefully that does not ruin the flow. Now, Edson Jose, only on a 6.8, but we haven't noticed him do anything negative. So I'm going to call this an excellent performance so far from our new left back, but unfortunately he can't do anything about Bernardo being wide open. Little ping pong football in the box as América de Natal off of a corner able to get one back, and Clayton Pego put it over to Bissans. His shot on hits 1, 2, 3 men before going behind Andre. Not really a lot the 18-year-old goalkeeper could do. Obviously caught out of position because he was anticipating the initial shot. And when it changes direction like that as many times as it does, you really can't fault the goalkeeper for that. And frankly, there's not much you could do about the defensive players either, because it's just the sheer luck of geometry that put that ball into the back of the net for América de Natal. Caio Henrique is going to come off as well. We are going to get some minutes into the legs of Mateus Conceição, who, even though he has been a starter and will most likely start the next match, we need to rotate as much as we possibly can. It is a very long season, 38 matches. Marcus Pedro picking up a straight red card, taking out Caio Henrique. So the change came at a perfect time, because I'm not sure I would want to put Henrique out there anymore after taking that tackle on the far sideline. 5 minutes added on. Look like they are going to come and go, and Ituano coasts to a 3-1 victory. It is our first win of the year. We pop on up in the 7th place. Still early doors, but América de Natal, who last year was knocking on the door of promotion up until the final match week, they drop all the way down into 18th place. And on the back of that performance, the agent of Manuel Rodriguez wants an improved deal for his client. We are not going to make him an important player. I'm sorry, we just cannot do that. Manuel Rodriguez, you may not be long at Ituano. I do have to say the away kits look amazing as well. We had a little bit of a kit clash as a result against Caxias del Sol, but Marcos Antonio didn't care. He put one home. It was the first of 2 in that match. And even though I wasn't happy when we allowed Luquinhas to equalize in the 77th minute, overall, I'm very happy with the result on the road. Up next, we had Floresta at home, and I just needed to show you this goal. What vision from Gabriel Rosera to see Paulo Alexandre charging into the box, putting it past Pedro Paulo to give us a 1-0 lead, which we unfortunately would not be able to hold on to. We got a little sloppy in possession in our own end. João Lucas put it home with 9 minutes left to go, and we dropped 2 points at Novelli Junior. And oh yeah, Zé Carlos picked up his annual 2 to 3 week injury, a twisted ankle suffered in the match. So I'm not 100% sure what to make of this next match. We're taking on Vitória, who last year was relegated from Série A. They are one of the favorites to go right back up, and they are currently sitting just a couple of spaces ahead of us on the table. In fact, just 1 point separates us and them. We're currently in 8th. They sit 5th. This is why we ultimately play the match. We gave Vitória a break in the last match that put some minutes in the legs of Paulo Alexandre. Well, he picked up a knock in training, will not be available for this one, at least not as a member of the starting 11. He will be on the bench, so it is back-to-back starts for Paulo Alexandre. He'll be joined by Edson Jose, who has been absolutely spectacular so far. 2 goals, 5 assists in the campaign this year. Igor will be at the base of that midfield. Manuel Rodriguez is coming in place of the injured Zé Carlos. Matheus Conceição getting the start once again on the right wing, replacing Vini Oliveira, who was up there in the last match. Gabriel Rosera leading the line. A back four of Ivanzinho, Canella, Carlau, and Marcos Enrique in place of JP. They keep picking up yellow cards left and right, but we're going to give Enrique, who's a little bit more defensive-minded, the start here in this match. And, of course, Andre, our star 18-year-old goalkeeper, once again between the sticks. If we can somehow nick a point on the road, I am going to be a very, very happy content creator. If not, well, who knows where our season is going to go from here, because that will be 2 disappointing performances on the spin for us as we finish up this episode. And we still have a lot of football left to play. That is true. And right now we are being absolutely dominated in possession by the home team. Vitória is in red. We are wearing the white. First shot on goal, though, off of the foot of an Ituano player, although we are still being absolutely owned in possession in this match. I think we're going to maintain our positive mindset. I find that when you start off with a positive mindset and drop back, you are just inviting danger. First highlight of the match, and Vitória is in control. They get it up quickly to Andre Ricardo along that far sideline. He gets past not 1, but 2 of our players toward the edge of the box. Oh, make it a 3rd. How about 4 as he beats Andre to give Vitória a 1-0 lead. That was tragic. I mean, we just could not stop Andre Ricardo, and he finally got past Igor as a last resort. That does not make me feel all warm and fuzzy, so we are going to demand more from our team. Even though we're not expected to win this match, we have got to start playing better against the stiffer competition. I fully expect us to be a mid-table team again this year. I don't expect us to get promoted. If we do, we are probably going to be coming right back down the year after. But we have to start putting on better showings with our younger squad. Oh, Gabriel Rosera fighting through a pretty good defensive play by Diaz. Rosera still with it. Finds Edson Jose. Edson Jose, his 3rd goal of the year. All he does is put it in the back of the net, and it's 1-1. I'm still struggling while doing commentary for football, getting the hockey terms out of my head. I was struggling not to say Gabriel Rosera fights through a check, which is basically what he did. It was a pretty good tackle by Ruiz, but ultimately the determination that Gabriel Rosera showed to continue on with that ball made the play, and a beautiful pass to Edson Jose. Ivanzinho and Igor on yellow cards. We are going to have to keep our eye on those 2 young gentlemen as we approach the 60-minute mark. If nothing changes in this match, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be incredibly happy. Let's nick a point on the road against the team that was in Serie A just a couple of months ago. I'll be very happy with that. I am not super happy with the performance of Igor, though. He did get beat on the goal that Andre Ricardo was able to score in that first half. And not seeing much in the way of highlights, and that actually is a very, very good thing. Beto is going to come in that position. We are going to... Ivanzinho, you kind of need to stay out there, son, because my other options aren't great. No, let's move Canella over, and we will bring in Mateus Rocha to take his place at center back. And Manuel Rodriguez, how are you doing? Not fantastic. So you're going to come out in place of Bolivar Guzman. Again, a risky tactical play, I do have to admit, by changing up our defensive line after they have been relatively solid, if not spectacular in this match, and bringing on bringing on some youngsters in the form of Beto and Bolivar Guzman. But it's Edson Jose who's in behind the defense. He tried off of the side of his right foot, and he just lifted it over the crossbar. Now, those changes have finally been made. Let's see if we can just see this one out. And as those words start forming in my brain and coming out of my mouth, we have a highlight. Ball sent long. It's not going to make it as far as Guzman. Negrucci in control, dropping it back. Sent forward. Roja clearing it, but right into the path of Andre Ricardo. Negrucci with a shot. It's over the outstretched arms of Andre, but the crossbar as well. So at the end of the day, no harm, no foul. We are playing for set pieces. We have only had a single corner. It just came in the final 15 minutes of this match. We are not getting a ton of opportunities. We're not having a ton of the ball. But when we do take our shots, we are getting them on target. And more importantly, we did find the back of the net once off of the foot of Edson Jose. And I'm hoping that that holds up. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time added on, and they will fly by without any incident. We have back-to-back draws, back-to-back 1-1 draws, but this one I'll take. Like I said, thrilled to nick a point against superior competition. It does move us up to 8th place on the table. We're just 1 point behind Operario Ferroviario for that final automatic promotion spot. And 5 matches in, we already find ourselves 5 points clear of the drop. Can we steer away from that and stay in the upper half of the mid-table? Well, we're going to find out when we come back. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch you next time. Till then, my friends, bye-bye.